Hello, what's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video where we are going to talk about my 2023 goals, just like everybody else on YouTube. And we're going to do a little recap on my 2022 goals. We're going to talk about what they were, which ones I hit, which ones I didn't hit. So let's get into it. I didn't plan out my shirt too well with this part of the house because I blend in completely with the plant. Anywho, so 2022 goals, I had a big emphasis on teaching Jiu Jitsu. At that point in time, I had been helping with the kids program for about a year, and I had my own Jiu Jitsu clients as well. Now, I know teaching kids is, it's not teaching adults, but I still took that opportunity very seriously, and I really tried to learn as much as I could from the head instructor. One day, my husband and I do want to have our own Jiu Jitsu school, so I was just trying to soak in all of the knowledge. And where does a lot of the money come from in jiu-jitsu schools? Beginners and kids. And when my coach also allowed me to take on beginners as clients, that really pushed me to really dive into my jiu-jitsu and just go back to all the basic fundamentals and really learn them, really learn from him. He's an amazing teacher. Take the fundamentals classes more often and do a lot of outside studying, because when you're doing jiu-jitsu and you can pull off these moves in training, sometimes you forget why you're doing it, or you don't even realize the steps that you're taking in order to get there. But when you have to teach somebody else, it's very different. You have to know exactly why you're doing the steps, what steps you're taking, and what to do if those steps don't work. So helping the kids and helping my beginner clients really helped me to, I think, just level up with my jiu-jitsu a little bit. So that was a big focus of mine. Keep learning, keep studying, and to take more fundamentals classes so that I can keep learning those basics and to keep learning how to teach. And I would say for the most part, I think I accomplished that. I mean, it's not really an end goal because you want to keep growing. You're never going to stop learning. You're never going to stop learning how to teach. You're never going to stop learning jiu-jitsu. But I think I accomplished the goal of just aiming to be better. I also had a goal of competing before the wedding. My husband and I got married in May, and I had a goal of competing at least one more time before the wedding because planning was crazy. I planned the entire wedding. It was a very DIY wedding, and if I wasn't working, the only other thing that I was doing was planning my wedding. So competing definitely took a back seat, and last January, I had this idea that I would be able to focus on my training, focus on making sure my weight was good, and then competing. That didn't happen. And that's okay. I did compete one more time before I got injured. I competed in August. It was really great to get back out there. I lost my first match. What are you gonna do? But I am happy that I got to get back out there and compete one more time before I got hurt. As far as work goes and my personal life, I had a goal of hitting 10,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. I think that was a little too extreme of a goal. A year ago, I was probably around somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000, and now I'm a little over 6,000. It's good to have big goals, but for some reason, it's taking me just a really long time to grow this space, but it is still growing, so that is a positive to take from that. Even though I didn't reach that goal, it's okay. The channel is still growing, and I've had significant growth since then. Another work goal that I had last year, I had mentioned in the video that I was gonna start collaborating more with a brand that I really believed in, and I was so excited about it. And that brand is Alchemized Fightwear, if you guys couldn't guess. And at this time last year, I had no idea just how much I was going to be working with the brand. I thought we were just going to be doing some fun collaborations, create a lot of content together. And then actually a couple months later in April, I started working for the brand. It's been 9 months since I've started working for Alchemize, and it's flown by because I just truly love being involved with that brand. Like I said, it's a brand that I believe in. It's a brand that I believe can create the best products for women. And I had already known Maya for quite a few years. I had reached out to her when I had my podcast back in, I believe, 2018, and we did a little bit of work together. So I just think it's really cool how it all kind of came full circle, and I think it's really awesome just how involved I've become with the brand. On paper, I do all of the sort of customer relations, and recently I've taken over all of social media. But I feel like Maya, who's the founder, she really trusts me, and she's given me so much responsibility, and it's just really amazing to be involved with products and learning how they're made and the design and just everything that goes into running a small business. Like, I'm sort of right there with her, learning from her. And then another goal that I had for last year, and this was more of a long-term goal, something that definitely wasn't going to happen open right around the corner. And that was to one day have some kind of jiu-jitsu retreat. So I wanted to bring this channel into real life, and I wanted to have a retreat that was in a really beautiful location and learn from high-level instructors and have a ton of other activities going on. And that is exactly what we are doing in May with Alchemize. We are hosting a camp in the Poconos, 150 women learning from 4 high-level female instructors, and we are so excited. And until I watched that last video, I forgot that that was one of my goals. So to look back and realize just how involved I am with Alchemized Fightwear now, and that we are going to be hosting a camp in a couple of months is just so amazing. P.S. Tickets are still on sale. We are only selling 150, and we are almost at that point. So if you do want to purchase a ticket, but you have a couple of questions, feel free to leave a comment. DM me on Instagram. You can DM the Alchemized Fightwear Instagram. That's me that answers. So yeah, get your ticket before they are completely sold out. And then of course, you know, a lot of my jiu-jitsu goals kind of got interrupted because I'm sure everybody knows by now, I talk about it all the time, that I got injured in September, literally right when the summer ended. I got hurt and I've been in recovery mode ever since. So that leads us into my 2023 goals. My biggest goal, my main goal for the new year, and my only goal that I have for jiu-jitsu is to simply get back on the mats. I'm working really hard now on my recovery and building my strength back and building my flexibility back, but it's tough and I'm doing really well, thankfully, but I still do have to be careful. And the goal that I've had in my head is to start drilling at the 6-month mark. So 6 months post-surgery will be the end of March. And that's kind of what I've just had in my head of when I wanted to get back in the training room and carefully drill with a very select few people. But now that it's January and March doesn't feel so far away, that goal actually makes me a little nervous. Now, I know a lot can happen in 3 months. Obviously, 3 months from, you know, when I had surgery up until the middle of December, worlds difference. It's almost like I was a completely different person. So I know that a lot can happen in 3 months, and I know that I'm gonna get a lot stronger in the next 3 months, but still, it just doesn't seem so far away, and the idea of doing jiu-jitsu is still very scary, and I think it's going to be very scary for a very long time. But I know that that is just another fear that I'm gonna have to get over. So yeah, that is literally the only jiu-jitsu goal that I have, is to just simply step back into the training room. What I am hoping to do in the next month and a half is to get back into helping with the kids program. Now let me tell you, we have a really intense kids program. We've got 3 to 4-year-olds, 5 to 7, 8 to 13, classes Monday through Thursday and Saturday. Every day classes are going on at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, and multiple programs going on at the same time on the same mat. And we have 2 mats in my gym, 2 different rooms with huge mat spaces. So our kids program has grown so much. It's freaking huge. And there's just a lot of mangy kids running around. So I really didn't want to go back to helping with the kids too soon. I just hit 3 months post-surgery in December, and at that 3-month mark is when you're allowed to start strengthening the hamstring because it's reattached itself to the bone. And then when I started thinking about it, I just wasn't quite sure if I was ready to be in a room full of crazy kids, because I think I want to strengthen my leg a little bit first, but that is my goal within the next month and a half. Once I do start building my strength back a little bit in my leg, I do want to hop back into the kids program again, probably maybe mid-February. And then from there, we'll see how getting back into training goes. Now for some work goals, I do really want to hit that 10,000 subscriber mark this year. And I think this year I can do it. Like I said, I'm a little over 6,000 now, so I'm a lot closer to 10,000 than I was a year ago. So I feel like I can do it. And the only reason that I want to hit 10K, it's just that next big milestone. It's not like anything major happens once you hit 10,000. Obviously now the more subscribers you have, usually that means the more views you get, and then that means you get to make a little bit more money. But I think just hitting 10,000 is just kind of a really good milestone number. I've got 4,000 more, so we will see how this goes. The next thing I want to do for some personal growth is I want to read 1 book a month. I love reading. I'm an introvert. I love being home. I love being cozy. And I love reading. I can get lost in a book and just read for hours. But I'm sure you guys can understand, sometimes it can be very difficult to sort of break away from all the electronics that we have. And I am on the internet all day long. I'm on social media all day long for the job that I do. And then of course for my own personal social media. And I think a lot of times the way that we decompress at the end of the day is mindlessly scrolling Instagram, TikTok. TikTok is like just a black hole that you get sucked into. And before you know it, you're exhausted and you're ready to go to bed. And I really, really want to break that this year because I'm just on these apps and I'm using all of these programs all day long. It's like, I don't want that to be my evening as well. I don't want that to be the way that I wind down. And I just think it's really good for your mentality, for your brain, for your eyes, for your whole body to not just get off the apps, but to get off the screens because the blue light that comes off the screens, especially when you're using them at nighttime, really messes with the way that your body functions. So I think that aiming to read more and using that as my way to wind down at the end of the day can really help me to just detach from the phone a little bit, you know what I mean? So just like everybody else in the world, at the start of a new year, I got a new notebook. And I actually didn't buy this for myself. This was a gift from Maya, actually, thank you. It was perfect timing because I needed a new notebook in the worst way. But not to set goals and not as a planner. I wanted a new notebook to write down verses from the Bible that stick out to me. So another goal of mine is to, one, really be on top of getting in the Word every day and really trying to figure out what the freaking heck is going on. It's just so easy to read verses in the Bible and to read a whole passage and to be like, what the heck did I just read? Like, what the heck is going on? I also just want to be better about knowing scripture. And I just think that writing that down will be really helpful. And my last goal, for the time being, I mean, I always make goals, you know what I mean? But my last kind of big goal for right now is to rebuild and rebrand my makeup business. So if you guys don't know, I am a makeup artist. I've been a makeup artist for 8 years, a little over 8 years, which is crazy. And the main work that I do is wedding makeup. So after 8 years of working with the same kit and a lot of the same brands, having the same website, I felt like when I had to take a break from makeup because of my injury, I haven't done makeup in about 4 months now. But yeah, going into the new year and being able to work and do makeup again, I just felt like I needed a revamp of everything, you know? So I am rebuilding my website from scratch. I got a new logo made, I rebranded my name, and I am completely rebuilding my makeup kit. It's all a work in progress, but it's got me really excited again. It's got me really excited for the upcoming bridal season. It's got me so excited just to get back to working with my hands. So yeah, my goal is just to complete all of that. And like I said, it's a work in progress. It's not going to happen overnight. And I'm just really excited to get back into working with clients and doing weddings this year after taking my little break to recover. So that's it. I'm really excited for 2023. I feel like it's going to be a really good year. I'm excited for everything that it's going to bring. Even though the end of 2022 kind of caught me by surprise and took me for a whirlwind, that doesn't mean that the year in general wasn't a good year. I mean, I got freaking married. How awesome is that? I moved into my own apartment. I moved in with my husband. We moved to a town that we absolutely love. Like, life doesn't get better than that. There was a lot of growth in 2022, and I'm just excited to keep growing in 2023. Leave a comment and let me know some of your goals for the new year, whether that be jiu-jitsu or personal goals. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Help me hit that 10K. And until the next video, I will see you guys next time.